channel. If you're new to my channel, I'm just a girl who likes reading romance, fantasy romance, paranormal romance, any kind of genre of romance in general. And I also happen to have cerebral palsy, and it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel. And I also hope watching my videos can make your day just a little bit brighter. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the books that I have been reading lately. My last read is Brimstone by Callie Hart, the sequel to Quicksilver. Now, my library had the book available at 12 a.m. on that Tuesday of release day. I read nothing but that book on Tuesday, and I finished it at 11:59 that day. I loved Brimstone. I liked Quicksilver, but Brimstone was even better in my opinion. In Brimstone, you get Kingfisher's POV also. It goes back and forth between Saris and Kingfisher's POVs, and the audiobook is duet narration style. I love Anthony Paolini, that's why I love the audiobook. You can tell that Saris had a lot of character growth since the first book in Quicksilver. If you have read Quicksilver, you know that at the end of the book, she becomes a fae and part vampire because of the god's will. And in Brimstone, you see how she deals with becoming two different beings and how she takes control over the vampires. You see the side characters evolve as Carrion. I love Carrion. He's a side character that knew Saris from the human realm. With a fae prince in hiding. I just loved all the side characters, and you just see Saris grow into her power. I love Onyx, the white fox companion. I loved him in Quicksilver, but I loved him even more in Brimstone. I love the fire sprites Archer. He's just so cool, and you just see Saris and Kingfisher deal with the aftermath of the events in book 1 and them growing together as fated mates, and them having to deal with being the gods' chosen ones, and how are they gonna win over their perspective evils, because not only do you have an evil empress in the human realm, you also have an evil emperor in the fae realm that Kingfisher is dealing with. So it's about them trying to win over the dark forces. You see Saris dealing with her alchemy power, learning how to fight. You can see how much Saris has grown, how of a strong person she is, how kick-butt she is. I liked her in the first book, but I grew to love her in the second book. Kingfisher is just so swoony. The things he says to Saris in the second book just made my heart melt. And also in this book we find out Kingfisher's true name. My current read, which I also finished, is actually a reread for me. It's The Nightblade Boys by Renee Kaiser. It's an MM romance, but the audiobook just released and it was on my AnyPlay. I wanted to read it again via audiobook, and it just reminded me why I love this book. And I thought the narrators did a phenomenal job with the audiobook. We're following Noel, who is his college fencing club, and there's a new fencer in the club named Alex. Noel is so excited because he was his childhood best friend when they were 12, but he hasn't seen Alex in like 6 years. They're now 17. But when Noel goes to introduce himself, he realizes that Alex doesn't remember him, so Noel is heartbroken. But their fencing coach forces them to spend time together, forces them to practice together. And there are reasons why, like, Alex remembers Noel. He's just choosing not to acknowledge that he knows him because of reasons that Noel didn't know. Alex comes from a very abusive household. Like, his father is physically and verbally abusive, and it's on page. So please check your trigger warnings if you're going to read this story. That's why Alex left the first time, because of his father. His parents got divorced and he had to live with his father. But Alex is back because he can no longer stand living with his father. He begs his mom to let him stay at her house. His mom is just not in his life. As in Noel and Alex practice fencing, Alex slowly opens up to Noel about what he's been through. They bond over their shared love of anime, and they form a friendship again. Eventually, Alex confesses that he does remember Noel. He just chose not to tell him he remembers. He slowly opens up to Alex about what he's been through, and as they grow closer, Noel also grows closer to the other seniors on the fencing team. I love the family aspect. I love Noel's mom. Every boy on the fencing team is rich, but they all have problems with their families. And even though Noel, the poorest one out of the group, is also really the luckiest because of how great his mom treats him. And when he gets closer to all the people on the fencing team, his mom kind of takes everyone in the fencing team. And once Noel's mom finds out about Alex's situation, she immediately agrees with Noelle that Alex should move in with them and out of that toxic situation, and I just love her for it. It was the first time in Alex's life that he was shown a shred of parental human decency. My next read, we're starting at the prologue, and here we have Bria, who has her daughter who's human, who has powers, and her brother. And the people from the monarchy is there to bring down the human magic wielders because humans are not supposed to have powers. So Brenda, the mom, casts a spell on her daughter to take her powers, subdue her powers, and make her forget about her mom and her uncle. And 10 years later, is taken in by a noble family, but she doesn't want her adopted family to get in trouble by taking in a human. So for her family's sake, she decides to cut ties with them, because if that noble family was found out that they were harboring a human girl and that human girl had power, they would be in so much trouble. So to save her adopted family from being cast out, she separates with them. I have had this book on my Audible library for a while now, and it keeps getting compared to Thorn of Glass vibes, so I just wanted to read it. And so far I'm really liking it. Those are all my current reads I'm currently reading right now. Please let me know if you have read any of these books. I would love to know. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Liking this video would help me out a lot. And I'll see you Monday. Bye.